Hey, hey, hey. What's up?
And we are live. As I actually sneeze, we are live. Goodness gracious, I'm glad I pushed that mute button. Again, we are live. Today is, what is today? Good morning, Crypto Warriors. Today is Monday, March 24th, 2025, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto most days, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m.-ish. And this week, we're actually going to be doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday only this week. I can already tell the news cycle is going super slow, so we're just going to adjust around it. Top stories of the day. Michael Saylor's strategy surpasses 500,000 Bitcoin with latest purchase. U.S. Treasury argues no need for final court judgment in Tornado Cash case. And Trump token pops 12% after U.S. president calls it the greatest of them all. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices to see what's going on in this crazy, crazy crypto market. As I just lost this page. There we go. All right, let's see. Bitcoin is coming in sideways. Of course, it's been nonstop sideways movement here the last better half of the year for the most part, actually, so far. But Bitcoin is coming in at $87,535, $88,904, up 3.6%. Ethereum at $2,089, up 3.66%. Ripple at number 4 at $2.46, up 1.82%. Solana at number 6 at $144, up 8.43%. Number 9, Cardano at 73 cents, up 2.98%. And number 10, Tron at 22 cents, down 2.43%. Fear and Greed Index has risen to a 31. Altcoin season has dropped to a 17. And Ethereum dominance is actually at 8.8%. And Bitcoin dominance at a 60.7. They might want to add Ethereum back. It's trying to claw its way back to that 9%, though I don't think it's going to happen. But those are your prices on the day. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Looking at the chat right now. I'm all discombobulated. I was thinking it would be some more better news, some good stuff going on. It was kind of slow this morning, and then for some reason I started sneezing like crazy before the show starts. So I'm everywhere. Super Mario, good morning. Tony Noli, Wisdom Bars, Vanessa, BK Crypto, Joe Muhammad, Chloe D or Eric C, Infinite Blink, DM Car. I think I might have said you already. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like I said, not many stories today. I don't think it's gonna be many stories this week. The market's recovering. A lot of sideways moving. They're trying to wait to see what's going to happen to the regulatory environment. So that's all playing a part. But there's still some good news stories. Starting off with Michael Saylor's strategy, it surpasses its $500,000 Bitcoin with latest purchase. Strategy, of course, it used to be called MicroStrategy, acquired 6,911 Bitcoin for $584 million during the latest dip, pushing its total Bitcoin holdings beyond $500,000, according to the new SEC filing. And again, I take that into consideration when we're looking at the current price of Bitcoin at 87,000. We have to say, hey, this have been some Bitcoin buys from the ETF inflows. These are some Bitcoin buys from strategy. You know, they've been going nonstop now for the last few years. And that's attributing to the price. If any of these people were to stop buying or to start selling, you could possibly see the price of Bitcoin sink an easy, 20K off the top right now. So strategy, of course, acquired 6,911 Bitcoin for over $584 million between March 17th and March 23rd at an average price of $84,529 per coin, according to a March 24th filing with the US SEC. So, again, strategy is alive and well. Their company, I saw that they were doing something where they're doing their debt shares or something, trying to sell a portion of that to get more Bitcoin. So, they are not stopping. They're moving forward with buying more and more Bitcoin. All they're waiting on now is for the United States to say, yes, Bitcoin. Not only will we have a Bitcoin reserve, but this is going to be our new goal. We're going to put our dollars one to one with a Satoshi. And I mean, literally, strategy could it be the future of the world along the likes of the Rothsteins and things like that, right? Like they have enough Bitcoin now to where they can elect a president in some small countries. They can do make some major moves politically and otherwise. So this is going to be interesting to see, interesting to continue to watch. But right now, Michael Saylor's strategy is in the lead, I would say, when it comes to most organizations on the planet and their charge of Bitcoin. I mean, are they even being Coinbase? They might actually be beating Coinbase already, too. I got to check the numbers, but they may actually be beating Coinbase also, which is crazy to see. This was an interesting story right here. U.S. Treasury argues no need for final court judgment in Tornado Cash case. This one was hilarious. But shout out to Tornado Cash first and foremost. Yeah, shout out to Tornado Cash. The U.S. Treasury says because it dropped the Tornado Cash, or excuse me, since it dropped Tornado Cash from its sanctions list on March 21st, if you haven't seen, the legal challenge against it should be considered moot. That is funny as I don't know what. So essentially, the U.S. Treasury, United States, and everybody else are saying, "Hey, Tornado Cash is bad. It's for money laundering. It's for criminals. Blah blah blah." And then all of a sudden, they drop Tornado Cash from the sanction list and say, "All right, maybe they're not that bad." And now they're saying, "But we don't owe them an apology or nothing. Like we don't need to go to court about this. Let's just let it go." Like no, we don't let traffic tickets go. Right? You all say you still want to see us in court about that. Let's go to court about it. Since when this is when you know is getting bad, honestly, for these government agencies, our United States government agencies, is when our own government doesn't want to go to court. You never hear or see that. They don't want to go to court no more. They're like, fine, the crypto community wins. Y'all are whipping on us right now. It's over with. The U.S. Treasury Department says there is no need for a final court judgment and a lawsuit over its sanctioning of Tornado Cash after dropping the crypto mixer from the sanctions list. Could you imagine the U.S. Treasury saying for anything else, hey, yeah, we don't need a final court judgment on this? Wait, what? Fall for that banana and tailpipe if you want to, Tornado Cash. You'll have your ass back in court in 4.5 years when a new administration is there. You better get that final judgment. In August 2022, a Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, sanctioned Tornado Cash after alleging the protocol helped launder crypto stolen by North Korean hacking crew, the Lazarus Group, leading to a number of Tornado Cash users filing a lawsuit against the regulator. Yes, somebody was hacked, an exchange was hacked. They said Lazarus Group used a crypto mixer, it being Tornado Cash. People got mad, took them to court. The government only agreed because they're like, why aren't we getting our cut of it? But the bottom line is this technology, anybody can create a mixer at this point. The hacks are going to happen. They're hacking people are essentially scamming and hacking other people, looking at you, Bybit. So, I mean, who's the real bad guys here? I don't even know at this point. And then you have, again, the government taking charge to go after a developer and developers for essentially free speech, writing code. And now that this ruling is in favor of Tornado Cash, they're doubling down saying, well, we don't need a final court appearance to apologize, do we, or to get a final judgment. We can just keep this thing rolling. It's like, of course not. Let's get the final judgment. You have wanted a final judgment if you were found in favor, right? If the U.S. Treasury Office was found to be correct and their sanctions and everything else, they would have wanted a final judgment against the Tornado Cash project as well as their founder. So I don't see why now that there's is not going in their way. They're saying, well, we don't need one. No, you definitely need one the same as you would have the other way. After a court ruling in favor of Tornado Cash, the U.S. Treasury dropped the mixer from its sanctions list on March 21st, along with several dozen Tornado affiliate smart contract addresses from the specially designed nationals, specially designated nationals SDN list, and has now argued this matter is now moot. You can see the full write up here. And again, they're saying the U.S. Treasury Department, there's no need for a final court judgment in the lawsuit because this court, like all federal courts, has a continuing obligation to satisfy itself that it possesses Article 3 jurisdiction over the case. Briefing on the mootness is warranted, the U.S. Treasury said. However, Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal, of course, who's been on the government's tail nonstop ever since the government's pissed off Coinbase and they decided to fight back a couple years ago, said the Treasury's hope to have the case declared moot before an official judgment can be made isn't the correct legal process. I agree. Since when are we cutting corners legally? Like, this is the Treasury office. When are we cutting corners legally in any other thing? This is crazy. After grudgingly delisting TC, Tornado Cash, they now claim they mooted any need for a final court judgment, but that's not the law, and they know it. He said, under the voluntary cessation exception, a defendant's decision to end a challenge practice moots a case only if the defendant can show that the practice cannot reasonably be expected to recur. Rule pointed to a 2024 Supreme Court ruling that found a legal complaint from Giannis Feker, a U.S. citizen who was put on the no-fly list, is not moot by taking him off the list because the ban could be reinstated again at a later date. And again, I'm somebody who didn't even read the article only read the headline and I'm already saying from my personal knowledge and things I've studied is like, no, you definitely want a final judgment because the next administration will come in and go right after Tornado Cash again. And this is a legal professional subject matter expert at one of the biggest firms in crypto, looking at Coinbase Exchange, and they're saying the exact same thing. The last thing you want is for yourself not to like get this from a judge because you can definitely expect it to be reinstated later again. So it's kind of crazy that and again, this is where I talk about the treasonous aspects of some of these government agencies. And I don't know how long it's going to last with the current administration, but why would the Treasury, the U.S. Treasury Office, even try to do this? Like, and again, the Tornado Cash founder might not be American, so maybe they're like, "Hey, he's not a citizen. Why not?" But that maybe that's the way they're looking at it. But it's one of those things where it's like, come on, man, like that's the wrong thing. Don't do them like that. Like you try fair and square, you brought them to court. You're wrong. Okay, a few people got it wrong. It's okay. They're a developer. But again, this is happening. The Treasury is trying to get this stricken down as moot, and you have legal professionals like Coinbase now, Paul Grewal popping up saying, "Hey, no way. Let's keep our foot on the gas and let's make sure we see this one through." So I'm sure we'll hear more about this. I'm glad to see Tornado Cash has actually been removed from the sanction list. And this is a big win for technology as well. So I'm happy to see technology is going in the right direction. And we're finally not being scared of zeros and ones. And that's until supercomputers come. Then there's going to be a lot more in between, right? So shout out to technology. Okay, last but certainly not least, this is probably one of the biggest stories to me. Definitely of this week is no, the week's just getting started. I think this would be the biggest story of the week, possibly the biggest story of the month to me, maybe of the quarter already. Trump token pops 12% after US president calls it the greatest of them all. I didn't believe this, honestly. I had to like really like do some clicking around and like, no, wait. Did the president really promote his token right now? I thought the promotion period was over. I don't know. Donald Trump's True Social post sends the presidential meme coin flying. It looks like, as you can see here, this is actually on CoinDesk as well. What to know? Donald Trump's presidential meme coin was the best performing digital asset, rising 12% after a post by Trump on True Social, and is currently trading at 11.91, $11.91. The Trump token has experienced significant volatility since its debut in January, including a 75% crash, and has faced political backlash from House Democrats. House Democrats, led by Representative Sam Liccardo, have introduced the Meme Act to prevent federal officials and their families from profiting off meme coins, while the SEC has stated that meme coins are not securities and thus not under its oversight. So this is about to be a big old pass around. Not for me. You got to talk to them. Not us. You got to talk to them. So on and so forth. Donald Trump's official meme coin was the best performing digital asset on Monday during Asian hours, according to CoinGecko data. After the U.S. president posted on Truth Social, calling Trump the greatest of them all and cool. When I saw this, I thought he was talking about himself, but no, you can see here. I love Trump talking about the token, the dollar signs in front. So cool. The greatest of them all, March 23rd, 2025. This is absolutely crazy. Why is this absolutely crazy? Because you guess what was the next story I Googled right after this was boom. Why was McAfee arrested? John McAfee was arrested in Spain in October of 2020 and faced extradition to the U.S. on charges of tax evasion, stemming from a U.S. indictment that alleged he failed to file tax returns despite earning millions from consulting work, speaking engagements, and cryptocurrency activities. But initially, what started the wild goose chase into John McAfee was that he was tweeting about tokens. Like literally the same thing that Trump's doing is what McAfee did to get the United States after him. He literally was tweeting Dogecoin, tweeting whatever this, whatever that. He was just tweeting about tokens, and the United States was like, "Oh, get his ass right now." Some of the projects he was tweeting about were pumping and dumping. Different things are going on, but he did the exact same thing as the current sitting president did. He tweeted about different tokens. President Trump is tweeting about his own meme coin. Folks, like I said, this is beyond the twilight zone. No worries, no fears from government agencies, regulators, and even the tax man as well, unless you're talking heavy numbers. Right now, they have to figure out what to do with not only the meme coin market as a whole, but now the president who's tweeting about his own meme coins as it makes money. Like, what? They honestly, I'm gonna call it. I'm calling it now. There won't be any real regulation or real movement until 2020. What is it? 2028, right? The next when the next president comes here, I think that's when we'll see the next set of regulation and movement. And even then, it might not take effect until 2030 because they're you got to remember they're doing stuff right now to keep this ironclad. They're trying to make regulation and make laws right now for the crypto community, and not even for us. For, excuse me, for themselves. I'm smacking my microphone. Not even for us. He has his money in Trump token. They're creating their own laws for themselves as well. It is about to get crazy. This is great news for us, per usual. The market is alive and well. But like I said, other than that, that is the show for today. Not a lot of news. I'm not going to overcomplicate these simple stories, but just know the market is alive and well, and we're headed in great waters here shortly. Other than that, I would check you all out on Wednesday. Also, Wednesday should be having an interview as well. May possibly be no Wednesday. Speaking of which, we'll be starting at 8 a.m. I might actually come on tomorrow just as a reminder as I think about it. But Wednesday, definitely gonna have an interview 8 a.m. with one of a new project founder out there who wants to get his message out. So make sure you join there. I more than likely actually will come tomorrow because I forgot all about it. But if it's super slow, don't expect too much because hey, I can't create the news in crypto. I just report on it. Smash that like and share, and I'll see you.